I'm Holly and welcome back to my channel. So I've been gone for 2 weeks, which is absolutely ridiculous considering I have 2 videos completely edited and uploaded on my phone, ready to be posted, that have been on my phone for 2 weeks. Both of which are part of my inventory series. I really wanted to wait until I had at least like one update for one of my projects ready, but then and I'm already uploading these late, so really the next like 3 videos, well, I think I'm gonna update my Pan Those Eyeshadows and Pan That palette in one video, because the Pan That palette, both of them are not gonna be long updates. And you know, unless I have something to roll out, they will be quick updates anyway, and I see a lot of people posting them in one video instead of doing 2 separate ones, because truly there is no reason to do that. And then I have an empties video that I need to film as well. So I'm actually really excited for my Project Pan, my Spring Project Pan update. I have some pretty good progress on a lot of stuff. I have not figured out how to put photos in videos yet. So I did find an app, but it's one that you have to pay like a decent amount for per month. Otherwise it puts like a watermark of the app on your video, and I really don't want to deal with that, but I also don't want to pay for an app. So if you guys can let me know a good app that I can do that with that is not going to cost me anything, if I have to pay for it, then I'll pay for it, fine. But YouTube is kind of a hobby for me, so I'm not really wanting to spend money on it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so we're gonna do the update for my Project Pan. Like I said, I have some pretty good progress. Was there anything else I wanted to put in before we continue? I don't think so. If it comes to me, it comes to me. So we'll go ahead and start with, because I have all of my usage written down. The first one here is my Badge of the Bronze color tattoo. And, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So if I cannot find a way to put a picture up here for my next update, what I'm going to do is when I show you each product, I will hold it up against, you know, the lens for a couple seconds. That way, if I haven't found a way to put pictures up, then I can at least take from this video and edit it into next month's update. So I won't be able to show you progress from last month to this month, but of course you can always go and watch my intro video to get an idea of where I was on these products to begin with. I think that's going to be the most helpful thing I can give you, but from here on I will do whatever I can to at least be able to show you the correct process. I'm sorry my intros are always so long. Anyway, so this is my Badge of the Bronze color tattoo. And this is what it looks like this update. It only had a little bit of a dent in the dead center of it in the intro, and I've made a decent dip in it so far. I used it 8 times in the past month, which is not nearly as much as I could have, but you guys know I also shop my stash and try to rotate things. That's why this project is 4 months. So next up is, okay, this is actually something I do need to talk about for a second. So this is the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation. So this was my mark for my intro, but I actually think I was up here. It just hadn't settled all the way, or it was shaken up. I don't know, but I really don't think that I was this far down. I think it was up here somewhere. And this is where I am now. Here's the thing with this though. This technically expired 4 months ago. The expiration date is up here. It's not breaking me out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the caveat in that if it does start to give me problems, I will just get rid of this foundation. For now, because it's not causing me problems, I will continue to use it throughout this project. But like I said, if I start to see any irritation on my face, like, I'm getting rid of it. Powder products are one thing to use years and years. But foundations, lipsticks, stuff like that, when it expires, I don't love to keep it around too long after they expire. My cats don't know how to mind their business. I love them. I love them. I really do. Okay, so next up Oh, and I used the Pro Glow foundation 15 times in the past month. The MAC Refined Golden Bronzer. First of all, actually, so this is the packaging that Refined Golden comes in, right? And I actually expressed that I was going to be sad when I used it up because I love the packaging that's on the bronzer. But I have several MAC highlighters in the old packaging. And so I switched the bronzer out of this and put my favorite highlighter in this compact so that I can keep the compact. And I switched the bronzer into the black packaging. That way I can just back to MAC this once I'm done with the bronzer. I'm actually really, really excited about how much progress I've made on this. So basically, as you can see, this is what this is looking like now. And pretty much all of this over here was completely full of bronzer. So I've hit pan over here, here. This is like so thin. Basically what I want to do is once this section is done, which I really think will be the case in like the next week or so, I will probably repress this. So it's going to look totally different in the next update, but just in case I don't actually repress it, this is what it's looking like, and I want to give you like the close-up of it. But yeah, I have made a ton of progress on this. I used this 18 times, which is really good for me. All right, okay. So next up, I have my RMS Pop Collection Signature Set palette, and so I've explained this before. Basically, I have already used up 2 of the sections out of this, and then my milk, I had a mini milk cream blush in the shade Work that I ended up melting down into those 2 empty slots. And then I had already hit pan in one of the other blushes, and the other one I have not hit pan in. So my goal is to use up the pink blush, to hit pan on one of the pans of Milk Work, and to hit pan on the red blush that's in here. And this is what it's looking like. So, you know, unless you go watch my intro, you're not gonna see the fantastic progress that's happening in here. But this, I've pretty much cleared out the majority of what was over here. And that's what I'm hoping to do by next update, is to clear out pretty much this side. And then I will work on this side the next 2 months. And the, oh, no. I think I did that in another video. Stuck my finger right in it. But this also has a really big dip in it. And I am positive that I will have pan on this in the next update as well. So for the pink blush, I used it 8 times. For the red blush, I didn't use it at all. I will probably use that like in summer, because I don't feel like it's very spring appropriate, but I definitely think it's summer appropriate. And then Milk Work I used, holy cow, 14 times. So yeah, I really used the crap out of that one this month. Next up, Clinique Pansy Pop. So I explained to you guys, I don't think that I will be able to hit pan on this blush in 4 months. However, that is my goal, because if I make a goal on this blush, I will use it and use it and use it instead of pushing it to the side. You know what I mean? So this past month, I used Pansy Pop 17 times, which is actually a lot more than I thought I did. And you can see here, if you know what these look like brand new, because it basically was brand new when I threw it in here, I have worn away quite a bit of the pattern of the flower. So if I don't hit pan, I at least want to use this 80 times in the next 4 months. And I've already used it 17 times. So I definitely think that's possible. Basically, if I just use it like 1 more time per month, like per update, then I will hit the 75 usage goal. And I'm hoping that 75 uses will get me pan on it. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm just trying to use it as much as I can. I really have fallen in love with this blush though. I always mix it with another one. I put a darker one on the back of my cheeks and this one on the front of my cheeks. And I really, really love this right now. I don't foresee myself getting tired of it either, which is crazy for me because I usually get tired of most makeup products as it is. All right. Okay, so this one actually shocked me. So next up is my Lancome Shimmering Buff Highlighter. Also, I've used it so much that the plate that goes here broke off and I still haven't glued it on. It broke off like 2.5 weeks ago and I just haven't fixed it yet. So I already had pan on this when I threw it in the project, and I did not think that I had a ton of progress on it until I looked at the photo. I really wish I could put up the photo because I made so much more progress on this than I had anticipated. My goal is to use this up. Do I think that's possible in 4 months? I don't know yet. We'll see where we're at next update, and then I might tweak my goal, but for now, like, I've made so much progress that I'm like, the momentum is there. I really want to finish it in the 4 month span of this project. So I used this also 17 times. Yep, also 17 times. And this is what it's looking like. So if you watch my intro, you'll notice that the pan was pretty much here. So like I cleared out this whole section, and it is definitely thinner around it as well, more so than it was before. So I think what I want to try to do, instead of like expanding the pan for the next month, I want to try to thin out the whole thing. So I'm gonna swirl my brush around just the whole top layer. That way the last 2 months I can like try to clear out one half of it and then clear out the other half of it. I don't know if that's gonna work out, but that's kind of my strategy for finishing this up. Next up is just these two Ardency N eyeliners. I didn't mark them on a piece of paper, so I don't have a way to show you the progress. Basically, they were both exactly the same amount. I had used a half of each eyeliner, and I used the black one 6 times, and I used the brown one 15 times. And as you can see, the brown one is like getting really close to finishing up. The black one, it's dried out. So I don't know if you can see. If I tilt this over, it falls out. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this one in either. We'll see how it goes. I'll use it until it's too dry for me to use without it tugging on my eyes. The brown one is perfectly creamy and still working like it did the day I bought it. And I have a feeling that I can be either done with this or really, really close to done with this by the next update. Lip products. Man, I suck at panning lip products. I'm just gonna say that. So NARS Chelsea Girl is like a deluxe gloss. So this is where I started, and I did not even use this enough to create a mark. I used it 4 times. 4 times. That's it. I don't know if I love this gloss. I haven't used it enough to decide. It's okay as far as I know. I am going to focus on this one next month though, because I'll explain why, but this is going to be my focus one for the next month. Then we have Lorac Trendsetter. So I also marked this one, and I used this one 6 times, so still not a lot. The thing is though, I think I did use this enough where I could have made a secondary mark. The problem is the way that I use lipsticks, they go away in the center of the lipstick, and down here the tip always stays because I have a really prominent Cupid's bow, so I always use lipsticks. I like to keep the sharp tip. So this is going to be the last thing to wear away on a lipstick, so you may not see visible progress by the way I do my markings. So I might try to switch up the way I do my markings. I'm not really sure how to fix that. I may have to start, I don't know. I don't know how to mark it, but I did use it 6 times. It's also a matte, so this one is going to take the longest to finish. Like, That's just how it's going to be. You don't have to use a lot when you use it. And it stays on pretty much for like 3 hours before I even have to reapply it too. So that one was definitely a challenging one to put in this update. And then last, Clinique Curvious Caramel. What is this? Chubby Stick. So this is where I was. This is where I am. And I really, I'm kind of angry because I actually think I could have finished this. So this is what it's looking like. You can see there is like barely anything left. And the thing is, I only used this 8 times. So if I would have used this even like 5 or 6 more times, it would have been done. And by how many times I use like pretty much everything else in my project, I'm frustrated that I did not use this enough to finish it in this update, because I would have loved to have like at least one finished product, but it'll be done by next update. There's no doubt in my mind. And then I will focus on this gloss. And maybe they will both be gone. I don't know. But that is it. That's everything for my spring 2020 project pan. My next update will be my Pan Those eyeshadows and pan that palette. And then I will do my MDs video. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!